What's up, everybody? Y'all know the business. So a couple of weeks ago, I was looking at my reef tank and I decided to take a microscope slide and just throw it in the water. I took the slide and I put half of it in the sand bed to kind of prop it up, and the other half I had exposed to the water column. The idea for this is to see whatever typically grows on my glass that I scrape off on a daily, every other day basis would end up growing on the microscope slide, and I'll take a look at it after a couple of weeks under the microscope. Well, I was not disappointed. Of course, you can imagine the things that will grow on our reef tank glass. You have film algae, you have different types of Coraline algae. So let's take a look. Let's see what we got. So here's the slide. You see all the algae growing on it, at least the half that was in the water column. Let's take a closer look. So since a microscope slide is glass, just like the glass in our aquariums, what we see growing on this is going to be the same thing that we see growing on our aquarium glass that we scrape off all the time. I see Coraline algae, I see film algae, and I see strands of hair algae growing on the slide. Coraline algae is an indicator of good reef health. If you have Coraline growing, that typically says that your big three parameters are in check, which is going to be your alkalinity, your calcium, and your magnesium. Now, a lot of people don't like Coraline. I personally don't like it growing in my tank, so I tend to scrape it off. You could also have animals that will eat the Coraline, such as urchins, parrotfish, limpets, and chitons. So as we look around the slide, we can see that Coraline is red in color. And I can see different types of Coraline just based off of the structures that we see growing on the slide. I also see the green patches of hair algae. One thing to notice is that as time goes on, I can see the algae actually dying on the microscope slide as the color goes from red to a clear cell structure. As we focus in, we can definitely see the individual structures of the Coraline. Kind of grows like a Monty Porter cap, but just a very, very smaller version of it. Now there's over 1,600 species of Coraline. There's even a freshwater version of Coraline. Although I tend not to see that in freshwater tanks, typically you do see a lot of Coraline growing in saltwater tanks. Well, this has been another microscope journey with the business. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you do with your Coraline. Do you scrape it off? Do you keep it? Is your back wall completely covered in Coraline? Do you like it? Let us know in the comments. Happy reefing, YouTube. Take care, everybody.